Hi Scorpio, thank you so much for joining me. These are going to be general messages to Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for March 23rd to the 31st. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Guys, remember, these are general readings, so take what resonates, throw out the rest. Try not to make it fit if it doesn't. And always, as they say, check your Rising Sun, Moon sign, and your Venus sign for the fullest message. So the way I'm going to be doing this is I'm going to be pulling a Celtic cross spread. I'm going to first interpret it for career, then go back around and interpret it for relationship only, and then do a separate relationship read, guys, okay? So we're getting two relationship reads and a career read here. Just trying to give everybody what they need, right, guys? We have to understand that not everybody has a career, not everybody has a relationship. So we try to give as many messages as we can. So yeah, we all know we have a lot going on right now, but let's talk about 4 things happening in the sky for this time period between the 23rd and the 31st for you guys. So on the 23rd, we have Mars and Pluto in your 3rd house of communication. So you're going to feel a very strong initiative to communicate differently with those in your life, or to communicate with some new people. You may feel pushed to invest in some new technology or a new car at this time. And you're also likely to figure out how to push a project forward once and for all that you've been trying to get going, which is really nice. You just want to be careful of power struggles here and some confrontation. You know, when we have Pluto involved in things, it's great because we have the transformation, but we can end up having to deal with some power struggles involved in all of that. A really good energy though to try to hash something out with a sibling, right? Or someone that you need to iron things out with, some sort of issues, right? Because our siblings hang out in that 3rd house. And then on the 24th, we have the new moon in Aries, and that's going to be happening in your 6th house, which is a great energy to initiate something new relating to your day-to-day, your work environment, guys. So anything that you've been trying to get going, fresh perspective, day-to-day work environment, it's your work environment, but it's also literally what you do day to day. Go to the gym, you know, whatever it is that you do, there's going to be changes in how you approach things. And you know, the energy doesn't know the difference. I feel like a lot of you guys may be making that adjustment now, just because of a lot of the restrictions that we have going on because of the coronavirus. Then on the 28th, we have Venus in Taurus. So is Venus in Taurus in your 7th house of relationships, and that's going to be trining Jupiter and Pluto in your 3rd house of communication. So this is a really great energy for intimate partners, business partners, especially dealing with communication and moving things forward in a practical way that meets both of your needs and their needs. So that's really, really positive. And then on the 30th, so it's a little bit of a funny thing, the 30th to the 31st. The 30th, we have Mars going into your 4th house, right? Then it's going to be hanging out there on the 31st with Saturn. So it's the 4th house of home. So this is going to give you very strong motivation to move something forward in your area of home, house, investment property, even the people who live in it. So it could even be family, all right? But with that Saturn energy there, you're going to feel some sort of restriction. But don't worry, this is all for a good reason, right? Because whenever we let Saturn do his thing, there is a blessing on the other side. There is going to be this restriction when it comes to something to do with investment, your home, or the people within your home. Might even be that you're all driving each other back crazy, right? Because hopefully we'll be out by then though, right? Hopefully we'll be out and about by then. So anyway, let's check out the Celtic cross spread, what came out for your energy for career. So let's get right into this. 5 of Swords energy. Okay. So Scorpio, I'm getting that in your recent past, there was some sort of conflict in how something was going to roll out differently than how it had been. All right, because 5 is conflict, sword is truth, and this is a Venus and Aquarius energy. So Venus is connected, it is connected to love, as we know, but it's also one of the money planets. And it's also where we look at to see how we feel about how we feel about being connected to something. So here, how do you feel about being involved in your career, right? But this is where there was some sort of conflict, okay? You could have been having an internal conflict, or this could have been external with somebody. And you saying like, how is anything going to be any different moving forward in a way where everyone's needs are going to be met? You know, you just really questioning this in your recent past. And right now, the current situation is an 8 of Swords energy. So this is a Jupiter and Gemini energy. You're really very much in your mind, because the 8 of Swords is very much a self-imprisonment energy. So you're having this conversation in your own mind, saying to yourself, okay, in reality, what do I need to do to make things different for myself in this career? What has to happen in reality that speaks to my truth to make me feel happy in this career? Do I have to change careers? Do I have to take on additional responsibility? Do I have to change business partners? Do I have to change the strategy of this project? You trying to figure out what is necessary, keeping it real, in order to make something successful where you're moving forward in a way that you're happy in, right? Because it's Gemini, okay, you're thinking in yourself, but it's got that Jupiter vibe there. So it's all about moving forward with integrity, right? Towards growth and expansion. Now, crossing this is the King of Coins. So money can certainly be an issue, absolutely. So we have, and this is an Aries and Taurus energy. Remember, Aries is the baby of the zodiac. So Aries is about almost like an impulsive type of initiative that moves forward, where it's really positive. Aries is really positive. It's the Emperor energy. The Emperor is the large and in charge. They are the leaders of the zodiac, which is great. But they are also, again, the baby of the zodiac, because they're the first, right? The first sign, the firstborn, so to speak. So there is this level of impulsivity. So we have this energy and Taurus energy, which is all about being grounded and practical, and it's connected to Venus, which again is about love, but it's also about that connection to money, right? So what I'm getting here, though, is that in a very practical way, you're looking at how something can move forward that's going to be able to bring you more money than you're getting right now, or at least bring you the money that you're looking for, right? That you were promised. Then we have the 5 of Coins as the crowning energy. Very much a mental energy of lack. Definitely feeling like you're lacking, that your voice isn't being heard, that you're not getting the connection and the support that you need when it comes to a project or your job. And you're just also not getting the money that you feel like you need to push your life forward in the way that you want, right? Really plain and simple as that. But it is this idea of lack. So it can be just money where you feel like is missing, or it can be that you don't feel like you're getting the support that you need in this particular career, or by the people within your career, more specifically. Now we have the Queen of Coins as the foundation. So this is a Sagittarius and Capricorn energy. So this is you asking yourself, like, if you stay in this position that you're in right now and you put in that hard work, that Saturn hard work, are you going to be on a path that's, speaking to your integrity, and that's going to be able to bring you the money that you need? Okay. And this is you being very focused and non-wavering on this, Scorpio, which I think is really positive. It's like the foundation. Like, you're just like, listen, we have to do the right thing, and I have to make the money. Like, that's it. That's the line in the sand that you're drawing. Because you do have this sense of lack, and like you're not really being heard as the crowning, but as the foundation, you're like, no, I need my money. I need money to live, and I need money to be on the trajectory that I actually see for myself. Okay, so we have the 2 of Coins. This is you. This is representing only you right now. So this is telling me that you're very confused between 2 paths, 2 connections. So this could be you trying to figure out, should you stay in what you're doing right now, or should you, like, for example, if you're working on some sort of project and somebody's promising you the sun and the stars, as far as being able to execute this project, but they're not following through, should you continue with this person, or should you move on to somebody else? Should you stay in this job, or should you take this job? You're not really sure if what your energies are focused on right now is if it's actually a good thing in the long run for you, for what you're looking to do. Now, the energy external to you is the Hangman. Yeah. So I feel like somebody is really not being very clear with you. I mean, this is a very obvious message. This is a Neptune energy. Neptune is like trying to look through a dirty window. You can't see. You can sort of see, but it's not clear. Right? Neptune is all about feeling ungrounded, being ungrounded. It's very illusory. It's very smoke and mirrors. And a lot of times it's not because of malice. A lot of times it's because there's just not enough information available, but it's not your fault. This is the lack of clarity is coming from this external source that is being put onto you, that's causing your confusion, that's causing your Two of Pentacles energy. And then we have the Page of Swords in the reverse as your fear position. So you're afraid you're being jerked around a little bit. Somebody's not being totally forthcoming with you. You're afraid. Anyway, you're afraid that somebody is holding back the truth. Somebody's holding back the full reality of a situation. This is your fear position. It's not necessarily real because it's in your fear position, which is very mental. And we have the Queen of Swords as the outcome energy, though. So, listen, I like the Queen of Swords because you know what? She has everybody's stuff figured out as soon as they walk in the room before they even open their mouth. She sees motivation. She sees intention straight away. Right? Straight out of the gate. Yeah. Virgo and Libra energy. Virgo, think about Virgo. Virgo is so critical, right? I mean, they are the critical thinkers of the zodiac, right? So this is you paying attention to every little thing and really pulling out the true reality and the truth of something. This is you inciting conversation to move things forward, right? In that Libra space, right? Because the Libra is also about the scales and what's fair. So this is about thinking very critically about what's fair, what needs to happen, what the truth is, and what needs to be discussed. And this is the outcome energy of this. And then we end up in the near future. Unfortunately, we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. Listen, not necessarily a negative thing, guys, because this is somebody's mask falling off. So somebody who promised something, somebody who was presenting a situation in a certain way. Now, the reason why I say, oh, not so bad, Scorpio. You guys are so intuitive. Are you not? Yes, you are. You are the detectives of the zodiac. You guys are ruled by Pluto. Pluto rules the underground. It's like you guys make the best detectives. No, seriously, I'm not even kidding, right? You make good therapists. You make great detectives. You make police officers. Anybody, because you get to go in and dig out and get to the truth, right? So you are so intuitive, and you are vibing something over here. Right? And when you laid it down and you were seeing right through them, right? With your Scorpio eyes, and you really were laying it down and somebody's mask fell off. So this could be a boss, this could be a business partner, this could be a, colleague, right? But somebody where it was not in your mind the way things were going. What your intuition was telling you was spot on, and somebody's mask fell off. Somebody's mask fell off. That lack of clarity was because they really were not able to follow through on what it is that they initially promised. So this could have to do with money, position, really anything. So apply that however you see fit. Okay, guys? So Scorpio, that is going to be the career read for now. Remember, guys, this is only from the 23rd to the 31st. I'm going to be out next week with extending it out. Let's see what ends up resulting from all of this. This is a very brief period of time, but I feel like, somebody's mask fell off and your intuition is being validated coming when it comes to something in your career. All right, now if this has to do with relationship, let's swing back around and say, okay, Five of Swords. Five of Swords, again, 5 is conflict. We have the Swords is all about communication, conversation. Again, this is a Venus and Aquarius energy. Venus here, we're going to look at it from the angle of it being about love, and Aquarius being ruled by Uranus is all about doing something differently, right? So this means there was a discussion on how could things possibly be different than how they had been up to this point. So this is in your recent past, the conversations of how could things go differently in this relationship in a way where everybody's happy, because it's Venus, right? So it's Venus and Aquarius. How are we going to do anything differently, right? And having that conversation and really trying to hold somebody accountable, even hold yourself accountable to being able to walk the talk, and not just be a bunch of hot air lip service kind of stuff. All right, and then we have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, I mean, again, this is all about the self-imprisonment kind of thing, right? self-imprisonment, but it's this Gemini and Jupiter energy where you're in that mental space thinking about how can we make this different? How can we make it better so that it's successful? But it's you in your own mind trying to troubleshoot, trying to strategize, trying to figure out a way that things could be different in this connection. Because there is desire, there is love here, but yet there's an unwillingness to do things the way they were up to this point. So if there's going to be a moving forward in this connection, I'm getting that this conversation really needed to produce something that was tangible, like seriously, what's going to be different? You know, and you wondering, is it enough? I'm not sure, kind of thing. And we're being crossed by the Knight of Coins here. So because this is a relationship read, you know, let's look at it as mental, physical, and emotional connection. So this could certainly have to do with money, but it could have to do with communication, how you guys connect. It could have to do with intimacy, right? And so the Knight of Coins, when we have this, we really want to think about this connection. Right? In the Leo Virgo energy, Leo is ruled by the sun. So it's all about being illuminated with these epiphanies and these ideas on a very pragmatic way, how things are going to be able to move forward. So I do like that while you may be sort of caught in this little bit of like mental gymnastics regarding this relationship, it's not a bit, it's like you're trying to troubleshoot and you're trying to figure things out, but it's because you so badly want this connection that you do believe in, right? It definitely is you believing in it. Now, crowning the energy, we have the Five of Coins, which is the card, the mental energy of lack, the mental energy of having less connection than is actually there. There's more emotion and there's more connection involved in this relationship than you're even seeing, Scorpio. They feel more for you than you're seeing, or maybe than they're showing. You know, could be that. But it's this mental space of lack in the connection. But then we have the Queen of Coins as the foundation. Yeah. So I just feel like this is a very mental energy of you feeling like there's less there than there really is, because the foundation is the Queen of Coins energy, you know, and this is a beautiful energy, Sagittarius and Capricorn. This is the ability to put in the hard work and be on a trajectory that's going to speak to your integrity and really bring you that growth, that beautiful expansion that you want, the growing in this connection through the hard work. And this is the foundation. So the desire is here from both parties, I'm getting. You know, really, besides all of it, even though things are in a weird space, because you guys have to figure out how things going to be different. I feel like things were kind of toxic up to this point. But I like that we have the Queen of Coins as the foundation. That's really great. So now you're in the Two of Coins energy. Okay, you're very confused. You know, should you stay with this connection, or should you know, maybe think about getting into another connection? Should you stay in this connection? Should you be single? Should you stay single and bother getting back into the connection, right? Depending on where you guys are at. This is somebody who's in your energy field here for sure. So you're very confused, you know, because you really don't want a certain cycle to repeat itself. You just really don't. You have no desire for that, but you very much want what you're vibing can be the potential here. So you're very confused. And you guys might be like re-entertaining things here, but not like full blown. So you sort of may be in this little bit of a nexus energy. Yeah, because we have the Hangman upright. So I'm getting Scorpio, that the person that you're dealing with might be confusing you a little bit. They might be sending you mixed messages. They might be just very confused themselves about what it is they actually want, because the Hangman's a Neptune energy. This is about pressing the pause button, because they are a little confused, and they could be sending you mixed messages for sure. But the Hangman's not necessarily negative energy. It's just simply like they are literally confused. They don't have lack of clarity in the situation either. So it's like you guys are both confused about each other. Oh my, yeah. All right, and then we have Page of Swords. Yeah, so you're just afraid that, you know, whatever is said to you, whatever's promised isn't going to come to fruition. You're almost afraid to have faith and believe in something, because it's just not going to end up being that. you're just scared. But you want to be so careful of that. It's like, on the one hand, it's understandable why you would be scared, but guys, that's also the type of juju that builds the energetic blocks that we don't want, right? So it's a tough thing, you know. Try your very best to live in the moment and gain the clarity through communication, I'm guessing here, because then we have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords, again, you know, listen, Virgo and Libra energy, this is about thinking very critically, you know, putting on those magnificent Scorpio detective glasses, right? And really figuring out what needs to happen here in order for this to be fair, in order for you guys to have a beautiful, fair relationship, right? Because Libra rules relationship. Yes, Venus rules it and all of that stuff. And you want to feel good about yourself in this. And you're trying to get to the bottom of how can that happen? What needs to happen differently is what I feel like this reading should be called, like this spread. Because I do 3 spreads, it's always very hard, by the way, to name, you know, in the thumbnail, the videos, because I have 3 different outcomes all the time, right? But I am getting that you're putting those detective glasses on, and you know what? You're calling somebody out on this stuff. Seven of Swords. It's the card of thievery. It's a card of thievery, but it's Moon in Aquarius, right? So when we love any moon energy in reverse, because the moon is what rules what goes on below, right? Deep inside of us. A lot of times, it's not that anybody's being secretive. It's a lot of times it's lack of awareness that they even are doing something, you know? Like, let's just keep it a little more positive, right? So this is a moon, and again, in Aquarius is about doing something differently, right? So this tells me that something is coming to light on how things can be done differently because somebody has not been their true authentic self. And guys, honestly, this can end up being a really, really positive thing, because this is where we can hear or say, right? Because the energies can be enmeshed whenever we're dealing with the relationship read, where it's like, I didn't mean that, or I didn't really feel that way. I said that because I'm scared, or I did this because I was feeling very vulnerable, or I felt this way because I felt the need to protect myself. And it's just about the mask coming off and the ability to see how things can roll out differently. Right? How things can roll out differently. So that is how I'm understanding this as the relationship read. And I really like it. I think that this is a very complete message. Actually, I don't even feel like we need to pull any qualifiers or even say, oh, let's wait until next time to see how this goes. I feel like you guys are going to be having some serious conversation, you know, in reality, about how things could be different. So really good. Now we're going to go into an oracle and tarot love read. What does that mean? That means I'm not going to be reading anything in reversals. Okay. Now this doesn't have to be connected in any way, shape, or form to the Celtic cross relationship read I just did at all. But it can be. It can be an extension. Different version. Parts of it can resonate, parts of it may not. It's all good. It's all good. If it's not your message, it's not your message this time. No big deal. No big deal. Alrighty. Time. Trust. Okay. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Yeah. So I have a feeling you guys had a little bit of a rough go here for a little bit. But you're going to understand why. You will. Time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. Yeah, give it time. I feel like, you know, if you guys are resonating with this as like a continuation read of the spread, I just felt a lot of confusion in there as you guys were trying to like navigate the confusion and the fog of what's going on. And then we have trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. You know, yeah, well, let's see. I mean, this could be just, you know, coming to terms with accepting somebody for who and what they are. A situation for, you know, what it is, whatever the case is. Okay, let's pull a few of these. Give your relationship a chance. Work on partnership. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Okay. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Okay. So really positive. But you know, those of you who are watching me know when we do these reads, it becomes from macro to micro, right? These are general and then we get a little more specific. So let's see if we don't get some information on what the issue was that we need to give time, we need to trust, we need to give the relationship a chance. Obviously something was going on here, right? The chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issues. Okay, all right. Date, meeting somebody, getting back out there, plan, set a date. See, I feel like, set a date, I feel like this could be also, guys, if you guys have not been in connection, where you guys actually make a date to get together to talk. Because you have to understand with these, they have so many qualifiers and a lot of them aren't even connected with each other. So you really have to adjust the interpretation according to the cards around it. So the fact that we have, you know, give your relationship a chance, keep an open mind, and we have date, I feel like you guys need to like set aside a certain amount of time to just sit and have this conversation. Girl talk. Good. Time with friends, living in the moment, having fun. So maybe you guys are just going to be working on your relationship for your friendship for a minute, right? But I just definitely feel like there was some time taken here. Some time taken, or at least you guys were in that kind of, you know, that weird space where even when you're together, you're very emotionally distant, you know? All right, let's see what we have. I love everything about you, even though I may not like you sometimes. It's time to disempower the pain and choose to live life again. It misses you. Ooh. So, you know, Scorpio, I don't know. Do you need to hear that, or does the other person need to hear that? But I feel like it's you. It's time to disempower the pain and choose to live life again. It misses you. You don't include me in so much of your life because you are scared that I actually belong there. So this may be one of the two of you feeling like not very involved and engaged in your partner's life. Okay, that makes sense. Those are my homemade oracles. More specific messages. Okay. All right, and let's pull some tarot. Definitely, yeah, there's love here. There's love here. I feel like there was space. There is space. Somebody felt like they weren't involved enough. It could have been the fear of abandonment issues, wanting to be more involved. Ooh, the devil energy. Okay, so really facing whatever imbalance was going on. Very nice. The Four of Swords is very nice. Ooh, and then we have the Lovers. Okay, good. Let's pull another row. Ace of Cups, new beginning. Five of Coins. Yeah, we have to address that feeling of lack. That feeling of lack, that vulnerability, that insecurity needs to be discussed in this connection. It absolutely does. There's a lot of emotion here for you guys, and we do have some imbalance. So somebody may be struggling with a lot of anxiety, depression, low vibrational thinking, dealing with some sort of addiction to alcohol, drugs, food, sex, gambling, any sort of egomania, maybe, you know, anywhere where there's imbalance, it's where the devil hangs out. So this definitely needs to be discussed. Absolutely. And then we have the Four of Swords energy, which is a Jupiter and Libra energy, you know, so this is about pressing the pause button and thinking about everything that you guys have been through, throwing out the bad stuff, taking the good, throwing it in your backpack, and moving on. Moving on, right? Because remember, Libra is all about fairness, rules of relationships, is ruled by Venus, all about love and feeling good about something. And hanging out there with Jupiter, it's all about luck and expansion. So this is about moving on from a negative space that you guys were in into a much more positive one. And the way that's going to happen, guys, is through the Lovers energy. Because the Lovers understand that it's not perfect. Where are the fissures and the cracks in the foundation? That needs to be addressed, and you will. You're going to address it. You have the blessing of Archangel Raphael in there and the luminary of the sun. It is a beautiful, beautiful energy because it's about a commitment to work something out. You guys are entering into a beautiful new space, brand new. It's like this, the decks are getting swept clean. So whatever time you guys had apart here, or whatever like distance you guys were feeling in this energy ended up being the best gift, because I feel like that break or that reprieve created growth in both of you that would never have happened otherwise, is what I'm getting here. Now we have this Five of Coins energy. I feel like this is connected to the fear of abandonment. I feel like this is connected to the devil energy as well. It's because you gotta understand, guys, the Five of Coins is a very mental energy of lack. So you have to figure out, Scorpio, is it you? Is it your partner? And whoever is feeling this lack, you guys need to communicate it so that your partner can help you or you can help your partner. Absolutely. Then we have the Princess of Wands. This is a really great energy. Beautiful, Scorpio and Sagittarius. This is about transformation that's going to be bringing you guys onto a path of integrity, of expansion. Lots of fiery energy here, though. There's lots of attraction and a lot of desire to make this work. So really, really beautiful. Really beautiful. And that, my friends, is what I have for you now. I hope this was helpful in some way. Gave you a seed or two to think about. Guys, stay safe, stay calm, and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.